it's so important to be vaccinated because of the one, you protect yourself from a really serious illness. And we don't really understand. We know that only a relatively small number of people that get infected get very seriously ill, but we don't know how to predict that. So it's kind of the reverse of a lottery. It is incredibly dangerous to get infected with this virus because we can't predict who's going to get sick and who isn't. And while we know that older people are more likely to get sick, older people are more likely to end up in the hospital, we've had plenty of young people in our intensive care unit. So number one is to protect yourself and prevent serious illness. Because we don't want our hospitals to be overwhelmed. We want to have all the resources we can to take care of you or anyone in your family, not only who gets sick from COVID-19, but we want the hospital to be available to you if you have a heart attack or if your child has diabetes. And if our hospitals are filled with people with COVID, we can't take care of people that don't have COVID. We have, if a hospital gets overwhelmed. And fortunately, UNC Medical Center and the UNC system has done a fantastic job of taking care of not only people with COVID, but people who don't have COVID. But we know from other examples in New York City, in Italy, in Spain, and to some extent in Los Angeles recently, where when the system gets overwhelmed, all care suffers. So that's one big reason. And then we believe that if enough people get immunized with the vaccine, we'll actually eventually have an impact on transmission. In other words, there'll be less infection in the community if we can get enough people vaccinated. And the likelihood that you will spread to COVID-19 to your family or friends goes down. And if we vaccinate enough people, the likelihood that it'll spread in the community, whether that's Chapel Hill, whether that's Orange County, whether that's the Research Triangle, or whether that's a state, the more people we have vaccinated, the better off all of us will be.